Okay. Oh, there we go. Clean that off. Clean the front off. There we go. Looks nice. Move some bullshit out of the way here. There we go.
This is not a restaurant, it's an actual person.
Now I just gotta wait YouTube to do its magic. Or if anyone's awake to see the magic. I doubt anyone's awake to see the magic, but whatever. I just did a ignorism on Peter Schiff. It was really interesting, to say the least. It was, he kind of just gives me the idea that he's just like another typical like free market capitalist type of like free market saves everything, deregulate, no minimum wage, you know, it sounds like that type of figure. And I only saw like a couple segments from Joe Rogan when he had him on his podcast, which is so. I did my ignorism on those segments, the ones I at least had the most disdain for, or at least the ones that I thought were the most peculiar in the title. And I just reviewed it off that. So, did a pretty good hour and a half segment on that, so that should be uploaded tomorrow. Just got another video uploaded as well earlier, so got a nice little batch of vids coming in. Is this is that this? Oh, it's the ray of the sun. It's the ray of the light. Okay. I was like, what the hell's going on here? Just look like a goof, like. Well, it looks like we got Diana as well. We got more right-wingers to listen to. Just rebuke all the right-wingers. That's all you gotta do now in life. Just rebuke right-wingers. Rebuke them all. Challenge them all. Defeat them all. Nah. You don't gotta defeat them or break their will or nothing. You just gotta be respectable in your debates and shit. No, it's alright to be debatable. Or to be, like, at least be respectable in debates. Like, it's okay to throw some, shade at each other occasionally from time to time, but don't be like this immature goggle bobble or some shit gibbon that's just like, faggot, socialism, wow, you're a cock, fag. Don't be like that guy. Like, if you truly disagree with an ideology, then challenge it. That's just all you gotta do, man. So all you gotta do is challenge it. So that's why I challenge my views. Like, I think that's why I like to go after, or at least do a lot of these rebuke videos against right-wingers right now, because it is at least giving me an idea, or at least giving me something to challenge my beliefs on. Like, whenever, with Peter Schiff, there's a lot of things I could have talked about on, and kept pausing, and mentioning a lot of stuff, but there was just a lot of things that I just couldn't pause on, because it's like, time, bro. You gotta make sure, I can't just keep going on forever about this. So, you gotta eventually move on at some point. So, I mean, there was a lot of different things. I was just like, what do you mean here? I mean, you're just going really quick, and you just assume that everyone's just gonna agree with that. It's like, hold on now, hold on. It's like, hold your horses. But eventually, whenever I get guests and stuff, I mean, it's not gonna be a main thing on my show, but like twice a month. How about that? Like twice a month. If we can do that, that'd be cool. Like either have a topic show that we have a guest who has like a particular knowledge on that topic, or we just do like a show where we have the segments and we get into different ideas or different news segments or just different videos and stuff like that. And have someone on there. I mean, it just kind of depends on everyone's interest and like what everyone wants to get going on. and what the guests are known for, and best who would be best used for our videos and shit. Yeah. No one's here because YouTube doesn't fucking notify people. Fuck you, YouTube. Well, also, fuck the people sleeping. You shouldn't be asleep. You should be looking at me. Because I'm all that matters to you. I'm all that matters to you, yeah. Ignorance, man. Gotta get that ignorism in your soul. So, I'm kidding, though. If you don't show up because you are sleeping, that is fine. There's a reason why we're the 9%, because my phone's at 9%, so I'm just gonna let this play until my phone dies. So, and in the meantime, listen to news, see what else is going on. The Dana Show. And then, you know, what else? Smoke some bud, chill out after that recording I did, and tomorrow I think I'll do something new. I'll actually do something new and experiment a little bit. I'll delve into some history maybe, or I'll delve into something cinema related, but probably history, because that's more up my alley. It's more up my alley than cinema. I love cinema and I love talking about it, but that's a little bit more work for me right now. So I think history will probably be the first thing we'll be delving into right now. But, you know, if we, like, now that I at least got an idea of, you know, how Harley's going to be working on the show, at least now that we got one episode with him, too, in it, well, you know, at least now I'm able to see where people are in. You know, I'm going to be able to see how... Now I just need to see how all three of us work in one area, in one unison, and make sure that, you know, we all can work like we all are pretty fluid with each other. We work fluidly well, but I want to see how we do on the show. So I think we could, but one thing that we're going to need to work on is talking over each other. I know that's going to be a problem right now. I know that's going to be a problem, and I want to make sure we solve that before that gets worse. So, again, I'm going to see if I can get one meet in with everybody before my work weekend, which is 4 days. So, I'll probably have a stream or something like that for you guys, probably here, of course. Pre-recorded shows, that might not be what's going on, but if I can squeeze one in there, I will, but I highly doubt that'll be the situation, unfortunately. But it could. Maybe it'll be like a shorter video, like I just respond to just like one video. Like I'm doing like these little snap responses in like clusters. So. And at least because I did this last one on just one specific thing, Peter Schiff, and just a lot of his ideas. I made that editing artist, but the one before I kind of went, you know, different little snippets, which is kind of what a news segment would kind of look like, at least, or kind of just a segment of videos. So a lot of these different things that are going to pop out for like the next month are just going to be experiments and, you know, what I think will probably work best, and just see what I like doing the most, what I think is, you know, what I think probably works best, and with what platform thing works best with what, stuff like that. So it's all about just you know, working out the edges and see what I got, you know, see what works best for me. So it's all in due time. I need a lighter. Fuck, this is a problem.
Well, that's how it's been described. It's Stephen Cohen who's discussing the reaction by some of what we've seen with media, and just, it's, honestly, I have to question whose side these people are on. Like, everyone's freaking out today over a contraction. For crying out loud. Now look, I will say,
motherfucker,
if he had not been as strict with sanctions, if he had not been as as aggressive in expanding NATO as he has been.
Whatever.
I mean, basically, there was nothing there to support the fact that
got this torch.
He's been harsher on Russia than the previous administrations. Then maybe all of this criticism and all of this apoplectic reaction would mean something. I mean, good grief. But it's because it's Trump. These are individuals who now are situationally concerned with Russia when they were completely silent about it.
So what's she talking about?
Obama. And when they mocked Mitt Romney for bringing it up I was at the debate, and I remember
they're talking about how Mitt Romney wanted to escalate with Russia, and now the Democrats are doing that again. And you know what? I actually agree. That is some big hypocrisy, and that's a problem.
And then afterwards, when he said, well, in an interview, the 1980s call, they want their foreign policy back.
I was just about to say that.
It's kind of a
Thank
huge
you.
thing.
Yes, I actually agree. Diane, Dana, we're agreeing on something, and you're a right-wing freakball?
Seeing it now, they're interested in it, and they're concerned about it.
And I agree.
And because they knew about it the entire time, because they were engaging in it. That's the big thing. So,
really,
in looking at this, when people are, they're criticizing the president because they say that he was too nice with Putin on stage,
son.
that he wasn't harsh enough. What do they want? Because when he was harsh...
Let me look around. Let me find this fucking ladder, man.
...towards Kim Jong-un, they defended him. When he was harsh towards MS-13, the Democrats defended MS-13.
No, they did not.
They were talking about their basic humanity.
Okay.
They said that he was too mean about it. He was too mean with them.
I'm trying to find a lighter, so I'm not even trying to pay. I'm trying to not pay attention to this at the same time. It's like, oh my god.
He's going to start a war. He's going to get us nuked. And then now, when he was diplomatic, there's one remark that he didn't like. When he was on stage, they said he was too nice to him, as though he's supposed to beat him to death. It's amazing to me. I don't think that I think that they need to figure out, they need to pick a narrative.
Got lit.
They have to pick a narrative. It's silly. Come on now. What was he supposed to do? Take out his golf clubs, like I said, and beat him over the head with it? What was he supposed to do?
Plus, I want to find out, too, because Trump ran on making America great again, right? And strengthening America and bolstering the economy and the military and the whole nine. Why would Putin want that?
Right.
Like, why would Russia want a stronger America? They wouldn't.
Right.
And then also the whole thing with...
It's because the DNC wants to hide the fact that
other organizations, like, what
they're corrupt as well.
Right.
It's not that Trump is the purest, Puritan Almighty. It's that, Hillary didn't get her chance to be president, so now we're all going to be butthurt for like 2 years. That's pretty much what it is.
To me, it's just like it's intellectually inconsistent. It's not just You
mean intellectually dishonest?
It's intellectually.
And in reality.
Yeah.
That he would be the worst puppet ever.
Kind of, yeah.
He would be the absolute worst.
If he's a puppet to Russia, he's the worst.
That doesn't make any sense. If he was...
He's a puppet to the establishment. He's doing great with that, but not with the Russians. Let's just keep that clear.
Ever. Because he's doing everything actually against.
What's going on here?
You heard when Putin said that he was viewing this as he would view the expansion of NATO as being a threat to Russia's national security. Although, I mean, that's one of the reasons, honestly, NATO was formed, because Russia was posing a threat to their national security.
I'll be right back really quick. Not like anything's going to be missed,
that Russia didn't try to meddle in the election.
Get to listen to this.
I mean, that's Russia. Russia's always tried to meddle. I think that they did. And he said that he believes that they did, and the intelligence agency believes that they did. But the intelligence agency and Deputy AG Rod Rosenstein also said that it had zero impact. I believe that it didn't have it had zero impact. Now, that's not to say that it's still not a criminal act. It's just Democrats don't like the fact that it's just the criminal act of hacking their server and not changing the results of an election. There's the difference. They don't want it to be just that there was a server hacked. They want it to be this changed the election. And Rosenstein and Comey and even Barack Obama all said previously that that wasn't the case. But this is that, and also, now Steve brings up the indictments from Mueller. Well, some of those indictments are FARA violations, Foreign Agent Registration Act indictments. That doesn't substantiate the claim, though, that it impacted the election. There's no evidence to support that at all. I mean, now there's evidence that they tried meddling, and that, again, I outlined previously, that's not the first time Russia's ever tried, nor has the United States never not meddled in an election. We backed a dictator in Honduras. We backed, under the previous administration, we backed a Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt. We completely deconstructed Libya, and we meddled in Israel's election. So there's 4 right there. Just that we are...
It's like the United States isn't innocent either. And wow, Dana is actually kind of on...
illegal.
I kind of am agreeing with her right now.
These are 2 different issues we're talking about. We have the issue of them hacking the Democrat server, which I thought was a huge issue, and at the time, I wanted to know why they denied the FBI the ability to go in and conduct an investigation.
Because what was in the emails was far worse, and that is available to see, by the way.
And I'm not saying that politically. I mean, it was a serious affront to. I mean, I don't like Russia getting it. I don't want GOP servers hacked. I don't want DNC servers hacked. It's just as simple as that. That's a crime.
Agreed, but since it happened...
But it's not reshaping and changing.
Let's find out why it happened. Let's go into the details of what is inside those leaks.
Come to terms with losing. So...
That's true, too. They can't come to terms with losing. She's talking about the Democrats.
So this is all they have.
Yeah, that's true.
This is their last Hail Mary.
Yeah, essentially, the corporate establishment Democrats believe this is their last chance, which is why the Russian narrative is being perpetrated so much. I mean, if there's one thing I could agree with Republicans on, is this issue right here. So, I mean, if there's any conservative viewers, I mean, you know, I'm always willing to listen to you guys, because there's shit, you know, that, you know, I'm like, hey, this is something I agree with, because I'm a reasonable dude. You know, I ain't here to fucking push a narrative or some shit. I'm just me. I'm a kid. I'm about to be 21. You know, I'm, for all intents and purposes, still a young kid as a person. You know, as an adult. I'm a kid. You know, I'm a kiddie adult. Basically, is what I am. Because I'm not even. I can't even fucking buy the alcohol and shit. Or for at least my case in Oregon, I can't buy fucking weed. I have to like be lucky that, you know, people donate that to me, or I buy it off people. I have this bag that's like gone now at this point, and I'm just like scraping the keef and like the flakes at the bottom now, dude. Like, that's all I got left, and I gotta have that somehow last, along with buying some, you know, off people here, or just, you know, my friends and shit, until I can buy my own, which sucks. And, you know, and I feel bad for some of my audience that can't even get it, because it's like, man, you know, it's like, you're missing out, and I don't want to feel bad and feel like a douchebag, because it's like, damn, son. I mean, this is like a medicine. If you want to think about marijuana as medicine, you totally can, because it is. Like, because CBD is such a great thing. And it's just like, damn, you know, because of the stigma marijuana has, some of my audience and just most people in this country can't enjoy that medicine, or just enjoy it high every now and then. And I like doing I like everything about marijuana. I like the I like the high that I get. I like the relaxation, the chill that it gives me. Well, not chill as in like brr, but chill as in like, yeah, chill. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. But you know, there's things that I wish everyone just had access towards, or at least had that ability to get access to that. And, you know, marijuana should just be one of them. Like, the fact we got this shit fucking illegal on the federal level, and in half of this country right now, technically, it's just bullshit. It just is, man. It's against the freedom and liberty idea that this country pushes so much. And, I mean, and if someone truly says, you know, I'm a freedom-loving patriotic American, then you would push for legalization of marijuana and pushing, drugs to be legalized and everything like that, because that is inherently freedom, isn't it? To put whatever you want in your own body. I don't know. I think it is. But let's go back to what she's saying, though.
Everything they could to alter the election. And they have the audacity.
Who, Clinton? Or
to
Democrats?
Create out of the ether, to pull out of the ether accusations that everyone else did, but not them.
Yeah.
Absolutely shameful.
It is Comey's fault. It's the FBI. It's the Republicans. It's Trump. It's the Bernie Bros. It's Jill Stein. It's the Russians. It's everyone but us. Because it was meant to be me, Hillary Clinton. Guess what, bitch? It ain't. Honestly, like, if you really want to think about it, this is just a big fat... This is the longest tantrum that I've ever seen from children. If you want to think about that. It's just like... That's what I'm looking at. And, at this point, the... cool down, but it's still like, I didn't win it! Still like that. It's the biggest tantrum I've ever seen. It's like... you know what? I take that back, because... The tantrum that the right wing had against Obama for 8 years was probably the most glorious thing ever, but to be fair, some of it was merited, so...
When they detect somebody snooping around anywhere?
Yeah, I will still say they probably had the longest, because they had 8 years to do so, and plus it fluctuated anyway, so... I don't know. That's hard to debate. That's a good discussion to have, but I don't know. I don't have anyone else right now at the moment to see if they agree with me on that. But, are the Democrats now... the longest tantrum I've ever seen, or were the Republicans just throughout the 8 years the longest tantrum that just fluctuated between Republicans and between times and stuff? Like, I mean, which was the longest? I don't know. Or at least the worst. What's the worst? How about, I think that's a better question. Which one's worse? Because I think it's obvious which one's longer, because I guess technically the Republican one's longer for 8 years compared to like 2 or 3 now. But which one's worse? I don't know. That one to me is debatable. What's worse? Like, this tantrum that the Democrats have been pushing on themselves against everyone else but themselves, or the Republicans flipping their shit over Obama. Some of it merited, like, but some of it ain't. Like with foreign policy, I would say it's merited criticism against him. I would say a lot of the status quo bullshit that he pushed is merited. Like, there's a lot of problems with him. But there's also some decent things about him, but again, it's not our greatest president. Probably the greatest of these last 4 right now. It's not saying much, though. It's really not saying much at all. It really ain't. Like, when I say the best, I mean, like, it's like F, 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 D, D. Yeah. I mean, like, literally the best I can probably think of. The most liberal score I can give him is probably a C- for Obama. And everyone else would be getting D's and F's anyway. So, I mean, again, it's not saying much. It really isn't. Because a D-, or no, a C- is a D+. It's like D flat. It's like saying D sharp or C flat or whatever. Or I guess in music notes it's a D sharp to C flat. But you're basically saying the same thing. It's the same thing. It's just said differently. C-, D+, same thing, said differently. So, yeah. I had a little rant about that. I'm dropping shit. I'm still upset about this. Like, what the fuck? How did this happen? Look, like, I don't know if I explained it, but on my last stream, I talked about how this just a freaking hit, like so. It didn't just snapped off like that. And where you see that little nick right there, that's where, like, broke right at. It's a clean cut, and it just slides right back in place. But I need to find something to put it back together with. I don't want to use tape because that's too tacky. Like super glue or like steel putty might work, and I'm probably going to get steel putty tomorrow so I can just fix this, because this glass situation, I really don't want to cut my lips and shit, and it already feels like I might have very slightly, but, you know, it's like such a small cut, it doesn't bleed, but you can, like, kind of feel it a little bit, and if you're, like, irritated, it just gets awful for, like, hours on end, and it just won't stop, like, having this irritable, like, slight sting feel, and it's terrible. I feel like I might have one of those right now, but I just can't tell yet, because it hasn't set in that awful sting. But anyway, it sucks. I can't get another piece because it's the Tobacco 21 and over law, which includes bongs and pipes and shit. And grinders, too. And all that type of stuff. And bowls as well. All that. So, I have to think of a creative way to find a way to get a new piece. So, I could just buy one online, but, you know, I mean, I could just do that, but this is like glass shops like all over the place that I can just easily walk into and figure it out and probably get it for without the shipping price either. It might be a little cheaper too. I mean, it depends. So, I don't know. I'll have to keep my eye out for something new. I'm surprised this hasn't happened sooner, honestly. I'm surprised it hasn't happened sooner. It should have, if anything. Like, there was a slight crack in that for a while at this very same spot. And I thought maybe just tapping it or, you know, getting fucked on a little bit or just some banging, bumping it and stuff like that or whatever would probably have done it. But no, it's just me taking a fucking hit. And I didn't even complete most of the hit. Like, I pulled the bowl out, that happened, and I went, fuck. You know, my hit's just chilling there, and I'm like, oh man, this smoke's now harsh in my lungs or in my throat. If I take this, it's going to just amplify that by like 1,000, so fuck that. I was just royally fucked that whole time. It sucked, dude. It was like 3 to 2 minutes of just absolute what the fuck. That's all I can say about that situation. I didn't know what's... I mean, this happened too. Like, Robert set this down, it tapped that, it went blah blah and tumbled, you know, and then this happened, and I just went... All I said was just, well, motherfuck. This is happening now. Like, why? Why, man? But what can you do? I think Dana might be back on. So, are we going to continue our agreeing with her or not?
Unhinged the left. I would be too if my candidate was beaten even after she tried to work with Russia to steal an election after she stole her primary. I'd probably be upset too if I were you and totally just without any integrity.
What?
Why are you so mean, Dana? Why? Truth isn't mean. There's nothing mean about the truth. Goodness.
You're turning me on, Dana. Whoa.
This is... I'm amazed, and I love it all. But honestly, it's at some point they're gonna have to come to terms with reality. November happened, and it's not changing.
Yeah,
and
I have to agree with that at least. It's not being mean. It's just being blunt. Actually, it's being blunt. It's like, get the fuck over it. It happened. We need to move on, and we need to work about the future now, because the future is a little bit more severe than what the fuck just happened. Like, for the establishment Democrats, they're not gonna see what I'm gonna say, but fuck it, I'm gonna say it anyway. You need to move the fuck forward and look towards 2018 and 2020 now, and 2024, and 2028, and 2032, and actually, like, be concerned about the status of not only the country, but the world. Because it's also the world as well, like, because we got climate change to think about. We got just, you know, these developed, starving nations that are being exploited that we need to take consideration of, because part of the reason why they're exploited is because the U.S. has been exploiting these countries. And it's not the main reason why they're fucked, but they play a major factor into the reason why they're probably fucked, whether it be direct or indirectly. A lot of times they do it indirectly, but in some cases, like with Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, it's direct. And then, I mean, and with indirectness, it's usually like because they're doing it in the shadows, or they're just letting the corporations do it, so they don't have a banner behind it. But if you look down where these corporations, you know, loyalties lie, it goes down to the U.S., or at least they use the U.S. to be loyal to them. So,
I don't know what fixes that, but it is, it's sad to see. Because it used to not be like that. Like, you used to be able to disagree with people without them losing their minds and calling for you to, get to be killed and all of this other stuff. It's just, it's insane.
Who's saying that you...
It's insane.
I don't think that's changed at all. I think it's just been amplified with the internet. Because now that we have the internet, and because I can do this now and talk with other people around the world if I want to. Right now they're all asleep, but you get my point. It's amplified. It's always been around, honestly, because we've always been a pretty polarized, divided country. It's just that we normally wouldn't call someone a libtard, faggot, cuck, retard, communist, fag, whatever the fuck. I said fag like 5 times in that, but I don't care. Like, you wouldn't just call someone that to their face, but online, you got anonymity. So you can do it however you say what you want, say what you please. And you can essentially get away with it for all intents and purposes. So, it's just that it's been amplified and made more, I wouldn't say radical, but a lot more, and I also wouldn't say severe, but that's the only word I could really think of right now is severe for that situation. I guess more expanded upon and more vulgar, I guess you can say. But, I mean, for all intents and purposes, it's mainly just been amplified.
Stay safe out there on the East Coast, folks. All right.
Stay safe out the East Coast. What's going on there?
Choose from it was really, honestly, very difficult to narrow it down. But, Chuck Schumer was out there speaking, so let's go to him.
Russia over those of the United States. Millions of Americans will continue to wonder if the only possible explanation for this dangerous behavior is the possibility that President Putin holds damaging information over President Trump.
It just sometimes makes me laugh when Schumer talks, but Putin said he didn't. Not that we don't believe Putin, but if there was something on Trump, we'd see it by now. So, bring it.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, folks.
We really,
Have a great night. Back with you tomorrow.
Oh, wow, they're done already? I guess they end at 3 o'clock, so they're a 3-hour show. Okay. Well, whatever. Nah. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say about that. It's just like, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that Trump's corrupt on and that have kind of came out already a little bit. It's just that no one does anything about it. 'Cause no one cares to at this rate. It's like, oh yeah, here's some corruption. Yeah, we're just gonna let you know. I'm just kind of stopped giving a fuck because this is just how it happens. Where's my other fucking lighter, dude? I'm gonna check my room really quick because I think that's the only place I could think of where this thing is. So I'm gonna put the all-seeing eye right here, and you get to have the all-knowing eye in the background. There you go. The all-seeing eyes and the all-knowing eye in the back, and the all-seeing eye in the front. There you go. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna try to find a fucking lighter in my room. Because I think that's where I left it, but I have no idea. I don't know where this lighter is, but I'm gonna be on the hunt! I'm gonna be hunting for a lighter. It was in the room. Just sitting right on my desk, right where it was just chilling. Alright, I'm done having this charger on here. We are the 9%, bitch. We're now the 6%. But down 3%, now it's gonna die real quick. Cause why not? Why not? Yeah. 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 Out of my way. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. 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 I might as well move the all CNI and part of this decrepit chamber now out of the way. Oh shit, there's that 5%er. There's my warning. But that's okay. That's okay. Because we're just gonna do this. After all my recording and shit that I've been doing. Ugh. It was quite a treat. Could at least get everyone else set up, so that's a good thing. Just need to get desks now. That's the main key point now. Desks in just to work on the latter half of my room. That's about it. I'm gonna get like some chairs out of there that are like unnecessary. Like unnecessarily consuming space. I need to like get them out so I can expand my space more. That'll be really good. Is this guy just like on always? It's 3:03 and I'm the same person that's here 24/7. Yay! Someone out of my life. I'm not consensually allowed to be here. I'm forced against my will. I'm forced to spread and I'm forced to say this against my will. That'd be awful if that ends up being true. Like, news dude who's just like always just chilling there on the thing. It's just like, no, I'm stuck here forever. The contract says I must sleep here on one cot in a tiny little boiler room closet. I want to die. It's got like crazy inscriptions and gives him like sedative drugs to just make him dronelessly just say the news in the middle of his little moments. Just like, alright, here's the report and forecast. Yeah, I'm a happy individual. And then like after that, it's just like, oh my god, I see the ladies and the bugs on the insides of the walls, man. That'd be fucked.
Different people, they just sound the same.
I know, I'm just making, well, that's the joke. I mean, they all sound the same. They're obviously different people. But it'd just be awful but hilarious if they were just all just the same person, just forced like,
They all sound like Chad. They have a voice for radio.
Yeah. Yeah, they got the radio voice. Oh, that's him. Okay. Showing some Northwest Armory. Shilling some guns. Mm-hmm. I need to get a. I know at Northwest Armory, at least the one nearby, they have like a lot of AKs and SKSs, and like in the second most common gun they have there is like an AR-15, of course. So I mean, it'd be interesting. I wonder what should my very first one be. Like, should I just go cheap and just do like a 22 or something like that, or should I just go full out with like a nice rifle? I don't know. I'll have to be like something I think about after Iceland, because I need to invest more money in that after this, after my show. Got our prioritizations. Don't need to fire them right yet. Not right yet. Oh, have chocolate milk. Boom. Yeah, I just have a carton of chocolate milk. What? 4%, alright. 2% down. 4 to go. Well, I guess it's 5% down, 4 to go. We're about halfway there. But you know what? I think when it hits the 2%, I might just plug in a 1 last time. Just so we get that little extra nudge. But by that point, we'll let it die. Let it die. Damn, son. It's just stuck at 4%. Should just name this the Crazy Face stream. Or just make crazy faces. What? 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 Son of a boy? That's definitely going to be one of my things. That's going to be like one of my mannerisms. Like, if I'm confused, I'll just be like, what? What? Son of a boy? What you say there, boy? It's definitely a thing I gotta keep going on. That's just gonna be my own little thing, like, what? Because it's just like, huh? Huh? What? Because that's what I do, like, I'll straight up be like, what? It'll be more like that. I'll only be like, just me doing like, what? Huh? But why not over-embellish it? Just be like, what? Just over-embellish it. It's fun, like, I think, like, a lot of the reason why I love doing this because I'm able to over-embellish, like, my social mannerisms and shit, too. Because then I can just go, blah, 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 bitch. You just do whatever the fuck I want, really. And people enjoy it somehow. So, I got that going for me, I guess. 3%, sweet, we went down 1. Woo! Woo! Yeah! Because we're 9%. Down to the 3%. Because the other 6% were a bunch of phonies. They're all phonies, man. They're phonies. The 6%ers, they're all nothing but phonies. It's about the 3%, man. It's about that 3%.
Last October 1st, gunfire rained down on thousands
Whoa.
of concert goers, killing 58 and injuring more than 500.
Oh, that's the Vegas shooting? You're still talking about that?
Victims of that shooting, it says the lawsuit filed by MGM Resorts is, quote, incredibly odd.
In more than 30 years of practice, I've never seen anyone do this.
Wait, victims of that shooting are suing MGM Entertainment or Records, whatever that is?
Because of a 2002 federal act known as the Support Anti-Terrorism by Fostering Effective Technologies Act, known as the Safety Act, which protects any company from liability in such violence if it goes through the training and follows the requirements of Homeland Security to prevent and respond to a mass violence event. Eglitz says that doesn't apply to MGM Resorts, just to the company who provided security for the event. But that security company, nor the concert venue, can be held liable for the cause of that massacre.
No one can. Why is that a problem? Like, who could have predicted a fucking shooter at a concert like that? Like, why are people being sued for that? That's kind of fucked up. Alright, I'm plugging this back in, so in case I die in the middle of this rant, I won't be pissed at it, you know, because I'm going to a good point. But, why is that a like, why are you suing a business that honestly didn't expect something like that to happen on their premise or around this area or this, you know, no one expected that to happen. Like, no one should be, like, if anyone should be sued, it should just probably be the fucking gun makers or whatever who, or the gun shop owner who gave the gun to this guy. But beyond that, you shouldn't have to, like, sue anyone for this. Like, what? Why? Well, that's stupid. That generally is dumb. That's kind of I find that just not a smart way to approach that situation. Like, if you want to try to prevent stuff like that or to lessen that chance or whatever reason why you're suing in the first place, just implement good regulations against people who shouldn't have guns. Like, it shouldn't impede on anyone else who should have a gun, unless the background checks and licensing, they can't, pass them. Then at that point, then that means they're probably a threat to themselves or to other people, either willingly or unwillingly, like because they might have a mental deficiency because of domestic violence or armed robbery, whatever have you, like a criminal mental record, it has to go the whole 9 yards. So, I don't know, like, that's just ridiculous. I find that to be just kind of ridiculous, and just misuse of the court, where that probably could have just been done. Like, honestly, like, the only people I could think of who could have been sued in this situation is probably the gun shop owner who gave the guns to the guy who did the shooting, or the gun makers who produced the firearms and allowed them. But even then, I probably wouldn't, sue the firearm makers. I would just sue the gun shop owner who gave the guns to that guy. I don't even know what his name was. I don't think that fucking matters anyway. It was just a shooter. He was the Vegas shooter. That's all we can, that's all he needs. We don't need to remember his name at that point. So, I mean, it shouldn't be about AGM Resorts, MGM Resorts, I guess, the hotel that was next to the concert. It shouldn't be about them. It shouldn't be about the security that was at the resort or at the concert or the concert itself. It shouldn't be about them. It should be about, should be about implementing safe gun policy that will lessen these type of situations from happening. That's what it's for. That's what regulations are for, to protect other people and to ensure safety for either the environment, for society, or for anything. So maybe not just for safety, for that, but there's a lot of different reasons why regulations will be implemented. But when it comes to guns specifically here on this issue, it is for the safety of the general public, and it's also for the safety of the person who is thinking about getting a gun. Because if they are going to be if they have like a manic bipolar or manic depressive disorder or something like that, probably shouldn't give them a gun, because they might have an episode and probably shoot themselves and kill themselves, or or shoot someone else. I mean, that's a problem in this country, and we have a lot of mass shootings in this country. And there's a reason why there should be gun regulations implemented. And that's not a crazy idea. It's not a freak thing. It doesn't go against the Second Amendment. It doesn't impede on anyone's rights. It's just something that it's something that most of the modern world has already done. Granted, I probably would say a little bit more harsher than I would go. But they are a different country, and they could do things differently because their society is different too. So, for our society, we need it. We totally need regulations on guns. But, nope, not going to do it. We're going to just sue, maybe try to push regulations in bills, but the NRA lobby is going to buy off politicians to vote against it and not let it go through. Nothing gets to happen in the state. So, nothing ever happens, and we repeat the cycle. That's what goes on in America. We just repeat the cycle of mass shooting, talk about regulations, talk about how that's so important and how that's a problem that we don't have enough, and then try to push some. Maybe a little bit gets passed in some states, but for the most part, nothing ever happens, and then we repeat the cycle. That's all happens. And honestly, I think with the main premise of banning assault weapons being, the main premise that is being pushed, with these gun rate regulatory activists, I don't know if that's the best idea. You should probably go for mental background checks, criminal background checks, licensing systems, very strong regulatory licensing systems, and at least basic security, or officers stationed at the school during school hours, things like that. Moderate regulations and moderate policy that would help curb a lot of the mass shootings that happen here. And it's not just for schools and school shootings or mass shootings and shit like that. It's also for the occasional shooting because some gang, you know, fucking is shooting each other up in the streets, or you know, some fucking husband is going through domestic abuse with their with their fucking spouse or whatever, and he pulls out a gun in the midst of blind rage and shoots her and kills her. Or a toddler accidentally gets a hold of a gun and accidentally kills the mother and didn't realize that the kid had the gun or whatever. You know, there's a lot of different reasons why we would have regulations to protect people and shit like that. Like, if you have a gun at home, you should always have it in a gun lock, or at least in a like a standardized case to put it in. Like, if you have a gun, like if you have a pistol sidearm, you know, have like a little case for it with, like, you know, with a magazine or two in under your bed, so if something happens, you can pull it out really quick, and you know, it's right there ready for you. Or you have like a gun lock for your rifles and shit, because I don't know how you'll be. I don't know. Like, there's been cases where a rifle has defended people from their homes and shit, but for the most part, all you would really need is a sidearm. And did you really want a lot of bullet holes and shit in your own house? Do you really want to have a big gun or a shotgun like that shot in your own home where you're going to have a fat hole? I mean, I don't think anyone really wants to deal with that after the fact. Granted, you're probably not thinking about that during the situation, but I mean, I'll be like, I don't want to have a hole, and I don't want a bloodied body in my house. So I'm going to just imitate with, you know, and didn't have a pistol with the least amount of outward damage and shit. If you know, like, you know, I'm sensible when it comes to guns and shit. Like, I don't want people to not have guns. I want people, you know, people should have the right to buy one if they wish, and if they're sane and, you know, capable mentally, and go through the training, the proper training and all that. Like, I mean, you know, I think there just needs to be regulations because it's this very serious tool. It's a very serious thing that people really need to understand and be aware of. Because there's too many people who are honestly very fucking stupid with guns. And a lot of that happens, you know, come with just having them around your house just willy-nilly, and then someone can just grab it and then do a mass shooting or accidentally kill somebody or kill themselves with that gun because they didn't realize it was loaded or something like that. Like, there's a lot of different cases you can look up about why that, you know, such a problem. So, about the extent of my rant on that situation. I don't know what else I could say about that. 2%? Damn, son. You know what? The 3% movement, that was bullshit. Fuck them. It's the 2% now. We are the 2%. That's how we roll. We're the 2%. Damn. Nice. Nice. Still down at that 2%. Nice. Well, that's just some really good spiggly boob. That's what I have to say about that. That's just a whole load of shit gibbonry. Who was it that's coined the term shit gibbon, by the way? Because I know I think like a congressman or a senator or some shit called Trump in a tweet a shit gibbon. And I'm just like, that's like the first time I've ever heard it. That's the first time I've ever heard that word, shit gibbon. I think it's the greatest fucking thing ever, dude. Shit gibbon. Shit gibbon. Oh my god, that's beautiful, dude. Beautiful. It's beautiful, dude. Like, I don't know what else to say about that. Shit gibbon, dude. It's great. Like, I put that on, like, the levels of words like poontang and shit. Like, shit gibbon, poontang. And, like, there's another word I like. What was it? Fuck. I'm blanking on it right now. Whatever. Who gives a fuck? Shit gibbon, dude. That's the new word. Shit gibbon. So ashy now. Dispose of that ash. You are not worthy. You can't even be smoked. You're ash. You're nothing. You are already smokables. You're no longer available to me. You are no longer necessary to this smoking session. Let's get that shit loaded up and kill it. Because what else am I going to do with 2% of battery? Yep. At 3:22 a.m. with no one here. Been live for about 55 minutes and 40 seconds starting now. What else am I going to do? Just fuck it. Just fuck it. Like, if I had a brew, I'd be consuming some brews. If I had just nothing at all, I wouldn't even been doing nothing. But I got the weed, so I got the weed. And I just got my fucking helmet over there just chilling too. I need to just find foam. And also I realized that, hold up. There's something I realized about it too. I have to get up. Oh my god, I was hoping you could just roll over there, but I couldn't. It was so close, but just too far away. So there was this little string attached right here. Like this string attached to the liner. And I realized that goes inside with this liner right here. Like just little holes at the end of them. And I realized it goes in there. So I tried to put it in there. And it didn't work. Like, the leather on this is so, like, hardened that I can't just slide things in the holes and stuff. Like, I've tried, I put this on, I finally got it through the slide in here when I had it on when I was riding my bike earlier, and I couldn't get the fucker off. Like, this helmet was stuck on me, and I spent like 5 minutes struggling to get the fuck off. And it's just like, damn. It was just like, well, I mean, it's to be expected, honestly. I mean, it's a piece of history. I just need to get some more foam so when I'm wearing it, it doesn't ting around. Hold on. Like, because it's not meant to do all this shit. It's not meant to go dingy-dingy, even though I like the dingy-dingy. As much as I like that, it's not really meant to do that. It's meant to just be like... It's meant to just be, you know, like a ping. Not ding-a-ding ring. Ding-a-ding ring. Okay, I'm done with that now. But, yeah. It's probably the most unusual helmet design ever. But, honestly, despite the wear and age and the leather and everything, it's pretty comfortable, honestly. I mean, just wearing it like this, and, you know, once I get snug on my head, it's not that bad to wear. Even though it's it's steel and it's heavy, you know, it doesn't feel that bad. And plus, once it is snug on my head, it doesn't look too bad. But if I just lay it on, it's like up here and shit, and it looks weird. But once I get like on my head and shit, actually, it's pretty nice. So, I think there's ways I could probably restore the leather. Like, the main thing I probably would is at least the strap, and then probably work out on tightening or figuring out how to. Because I noticed that, here, I'll bring it over here for you guys. So, with this little guy here, this little bitch, it's kind of loose a little bit, so, or not loose, but a little crooked, so I just have to, like, bring that back to the center, or whatever the fuck, and then, yeah, call it good from there, I guess. That's all I really have to do, and then just get some more, get foam to actually put in here, so it will be a little bit more comfortable too, because I'm sure it'll be far more comfortable if it was like a surplus instead of an already used helm, because then the foam won't be shit. It would actually act like foam. But this foam is more like burnt bread. Like, that's like everything that I can say about it. It's hard as burnt bread, it crumbles away like burnt bread, but I'm just gonna leave it in there. Like, I'm not gonna fuck with it, besides maybe trying to get some of the strap leather restored. Oops. But I will just have to look up on what's the best ways to kind of revive leather, and just do that. So, yeah. I'm putting this back somewhere else now. Where do I put it? I'll just put it over here. It'll sit right there. Yeah, with all that dead foam, basically, like, a lot of the crumbage flops around everywhere, and I'm sure it's all in my hair now, too. But I don't care. I don't care. It's nice to have some history. Whoa. Whoa. But it's nice to have history, honestly. That's why I got it. Because history's fucking cool to collect. I'm deplugging this now, because at this point I kind of said, Dana show's gone. I don't really got much to say. Just gonna smoke up. That's about all I'm gonna do. So we're no longer gonna be 2%. We're gonna be the 1% here soon. We're gonna be the 1%ers. Yeah, we're not the 99%. We're the 1%. Well, I guess for me, it's literally just the 1%, or I guess the 100%, because it's all me here, baby. No one came to disrupt my ass. I was able to have 1 hour of filling time, and you know what? It went right. Oh, 1% now. Well, I'll take a hit, and maybe that'll die when that happens. So, at least you'll see that as an outro. Bitch, you're not dead yet? Bruh, a crane fly just like flew right up to my bowl. It was just like, what's up, bruh? I'm just like, bitch. Nah, I don't want to deal with that. Ugh. Die already! Die! Die! You must die. You will die eventually. And I will live on forever as immortal. But you will die. You only lived a little over an hour of life, and this is what you wasted it on. This? Blasphemy. That's what I say. But I will live on forever. But you will be no more. But very soon. Very soon. Low battery, I know, bitch. I'm trying to make it die. Don't tell me what to do, phone. Don't tell me what's happening, what's not. I know what's happening, bitch. Ow. Well, it died there.